We're here today with Amit Chadha, President, Sales and Business Development, and a Director at L&T Technology Services Limited. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Ralph.
Amit, we know L&T Technology Services is among the leaders in engineering services. Can you talk about some of the mega trends that you see occurring in this space?
Sure. If I look back about 10 years, people used to talk about fruinovation. If I then come back to about 5 years, people used to talk about developing products for developing economies like China and India. But if I look at today, clearly people are talking about digitization. And when I talk about digitization, they're talking about digitization of the product. They're talking about digitization of the enterprise. They're talking about digitization as in services. So that's one mega trend around digitization that we're clearly seeing. The second thing that we're seeing is this whole mindset that is changing from owning to loaning. So you don't own it anymore, but you loan it and you use it, much like Uber and others that you see around the space. And that itself is making some changes in terms of how people are operating. The third thing people are talking about is all about the user experience. So it's not just the product, but the user experience of using that particular product as they go through their journey. So these are the three major trends that we are seeing people talking about. In addition to that, there's a fourth. People are more focused around geographies in the US, Europe, and there's a lot of chatter that we're hearing about India in terms of where they want to set up their plants, or where they want their produce to go up to, or where their products are aimed for.
Mm-hmm. So those are some very interesting trends. And I believe that you deal a lot with heads of engineering managers and roles like that. Can you talk a little bit about what they're looking for now and particularly in comparison to a couple of years ago, or where you're seeing it going in the near future?
Sure. So number one that we see as a change is that heads of engineering are looking at companies like us, or they're actually looking at their lateral industry peers to bring in ideas that were not born in their industry and born outside. So to say, bring in a lateral idea, bring in a lateral mindset and tell us how it is done there so we can learn from there. That's a very big change than what we saw people talk about earlier. The second thing that we are seeing people talk about is scarcity of resources, not just externally, but internally. And when they talk internally, they're not talking about having us come and augment the resources, but actually talking to us about how we can help them scale up their enterprise and resource level along with working for them. So it's not just basic outsourcing or offshoring, but actually co-developing and co-sourcing, if I may, is the second thing that we are seeing as a difference that people are doing. The third thing that we are hearing a lot of people talk about is speed, and it's speed to market. It used to be cost to market. That, in my view, has become a hygiene. It's now speed to market. And they're not talking about anymore about doing stuff all in a big bang approach, but incremental launches that can help them inch along and deliver the product to their consumers and their customers over a period of time.
So that's a good perspective on the issues that your customers are having and perhaps their pain points. Could you talk a little bit about how L&T Technology Services are responding to those pain points and those issues?
Sure. Thank you for asking that. So one, what we're doing is we've created a digital BU, business unit within our company. This is a set of people that we have pulled from across technology streams that are coming together, different domains that are coming together and trying to solve problems for our clients. We've been developing products, solutions, if I may, accelerators to be able, through the digital BU, that helps our clients. So that's A. B, we've reorganized ourselves around an L model concept. So we have verticals. So we've got industrial products, medical devices, process engineering, transportation, and telecom. And we leverage them in an L model across alternative industry segments. So for example, work that we're doing in power electronics and industrial will be leveraged for transportation for electric powertrain. We will take the experience that we have in telecom and actually cross-leverage it for infotainment purposes in automotive. We will take the experience that we have got in telecom around virtualization and actually leverage it with the process industry to do augmented reality for the plants and the shop floor. Right? So that's the L model that we are focused on. The third thing that we are doing is we are coming out with accelerators on a regular, continuous, ongoing basis, spot solutions, small solutions that can fit into a larger context for the client, so that gets them speed to market. The fourth that we are doing right now and that we are working on as we speak is various partnerships. We can't win alone. We have to be partnered. You would have read about our press releases with Redmi, with Microsoft, with Dell, with others. And the latest is a Tech GM initiative that we have launched in India, which is leveraging about 1,700 colleges and about 2,200 students to come and solve some 25 real-life examples for clients. So bring an entire ecosystem together that can help solve problems rather than doing it alone. So those are some of the things that we are doing as we speak for our clients. Lastly, and we talk about this all the time, so I will make a point on this one, is our focus on T30 accounts. So we take our top 30 accounts that we work with, we do innovation workshops with them and come out with specific solutions that can assist them and leverage our capabilities and take their business forward.
You know, you're describing a set of services that go well beyond just providing technical skills or specific technical skills for a part of a project. You're going on a much broader and comprehensive in scope engineering services, even getting to the point to provide some thought leadership to your clients. That's excellent. Now, one way to kind of bring it down to earth for the average listener to our discussion, could you talk about maybe a couple of case examples of things that you've done for your customers?
Sure, absolutely. So the first one was we've developed a platform called UBIOWeise. This is our own IoT platform that we have developed, and it was again done by the Digital BU. And we've taken that and we've rolled it out for our clients. So in a particular example, for a construction major, we are connecting about 10,000 movable and immovable assets for this construction major that span across 3 continents, up for preventive maintenance, for asset tracking, and then for health monitoring, and also, telling them what needs to be done next, which repair, etc., etc. So this is work in flight, but the UBIOWeise platform was ours and being leveraged there. The second case example has been again with UBIOWeise, has been to implement UBIOWeise as a platform for smart thermostats right here in North America. So there's this company that has gained market share by about 14% over the last 18 months after they've implemented our smart thermostat model for their market. So here we used UBIOWeise as the IoT platform. We connected their existing thermostats and the new ones that they're selling, and worked on analytics for them in the background. So that's the second example. The second thing that we've got going is we call it PPS, which is protective gear services. So this is all about personal protection, if I may. And this is about not just about monitoring your health stats if you are an operator in a key location in a plant, but actually jackets, helmets, hooking it all up, and letting the system know whether you are capable to be able to managing a particular function that you are operating on at that point of time. So that's around preventive protection that we are doing. The third thing is taking our experience from electric drives and take it for a German automaker for electric transmission, and actually leverage the skills in software and hardware that we have developed in the drive side for the automotive industry. And I can go on, but there's multiple of these examples that we have taken and leveraging it for our clients to be able to fast forward their launch for them.
Great. So one of the things that distinguishes L&T Technology Services is your deep domain expertise in the process industries and manufacturing in general. Can you give us a little quick view of some technologies that are important to those groups that L&T Technology Services is involved with?
Sure. So foremost is all about virtualization. I mean, if you go back to, when I'm an electrical engineer and you go back to doing, plant design, you will see a lot of clashes that happen between piping and plumbing and electrical and all that. Taking the entire virtualization suite of products and be able to visualize the entire plant even before it starts getting built is an amazing experience. We've been able to take that not just for large capex projects, but small capex projects as well as OPEX initiatives of our clients. So virtualization has been key for us in terms of the plant industry, A. B has been around WAGES, which is water, air, gas, electricity, steam, and regulatory compliance. So we've been able to take digitization and be able to prove and bring out what's missing in the WAGES part and regulatory part and help our clients take that forward. The third has been all about optimization of capex and OPEX by leveraging much more digitization technology to be able to make sure that things get done faster, sooner, and most importantly are reliable. And that's in terms of design. And you would have heard this term, design for reliability. And that's what we've been able to leverage with the experience that we've got.
Wow. There's a lot to talk about here. Broad set of capabilities. Amit, thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you so much, Ralph.
You're welcome. We've been talking with Amit Chadha of L&T Technology Services Limited. Thank you for listening.